Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. That was not supposed to happen. That was not supposed to happen at all. Fuck. God damn it, Squid. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Hang on, guys. Squid absolutely just nuked the goddamn stream on accident. It was a complete accident on his own end. I know he didn't mean it. This is the shit that happens when shit fucks up. Let me try to get this working again. All right. Are we back? I think we're back. Yeah. All right. That's a good one, Sonic. The stream pulled a Florida State. You're absolutely right. God fucking damn it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm pretty sure this is mostly gentlemen, Squid Tart pulled a complete oops. Golly. God fucking damn it. All right. So we are completely fucked up at the moment. Like, the stream crashed so hard, my media is not even working correctly now. So we're going to just fix this. And we're just going to take that off. Okay, now. So, all right, guys. I'm sorry. Well, Squid's sorry. The stream absolutely died when he accidentally ended it. So we're going to continue on now. Squids are broke the stream. Hey, listen, I fucking told you guys that I was going to crash this stream into a wall of fucking trees. What I didn't anticipate was Squid grabbing the wheel, taking my hands off of it, letting it go, and saying, Jesus, take the wheel, as we crash together into a wall of fucking trees. So this stream is completely off the rails now, and I'm trying to recover. And, you know, that's about all we can do. So, yeah, fun times. Fun. All right. We're back. So we're going to run like this the rest of the way, and we'll go from there. So anyway, guys, where the fuck was I? Literally lost all of my assets for the show when he did that. Oh, Squid, I love you. All right. What is my favorite beer? PBR, because I'm a real alcoholic. All right. So where were we at in the report? Okay. So we were talking about the AP poll. We're having a really good discussion about the AP poll, actually. Yeah, the green screen is back, so that's good. That's the first time that's ever happened. At least that I can remember. That's the first time that's ever happened. I mean, wow, that's crazy. Okay, where the fuck is it? There it is. All right, so back to where we were starting at. Wow, that's fucked. So anyways, the AP poll, yay! Let's talk about Notre Dame for a minute. Notre Dame, honestly, I feel like is probably again, I think they're going to be a good team this season. I don't think it's wrong for them to be number 6 in the nation to start the preseason. But it's also kind of one of those things that I got to wait until I see it to get this shit going for Notre Dame. It's definitely one of those like, are we sure about that kind of things? Miami's a fraud. Absolutely a fraud. Arizona State, I think that's about where they belong, number 11 in the country. With Cam Scatterbo going on to the NFL, I think that's about where they should be, is number 11. South Carolina, I think they might be a little underrated. I won't lie. I think that's about correct for them. But I think they could be top 10 easily. They got a lot of potential this season. I really see them making a run for that SEC championship. They've never won it. They've never won the SEC title. I think that they will this year. I think that they have a really good chance of doing so. What else are we going to see here? Michigan, I don't know. Let me add this to stage. There we go. Hey, Red, we got 3 top 10 matchups in week 1. Texas, Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Notre Dame versus Miami. Yeah, I know. Squid, you want to tell us something?
Okay. It's speaker's still not working for whatever reason. I apologize. I saw the red button and I thought it meant leave the call. Turns out it didn't. So yeah. I blame my stupidity for that one. Clown of the week. This individual right here. This is exactly why I'm on vacation, because I'm too stupid to function right now. Yeah. So I'm on half of a margarita too. So I blame that if you want.
Wow. Well, buddy, it's okay. It's okay. I understand your fans forgive you. I forgive you. It's honestly already a legendary moment in the history of the show. And we're only 2 episodes in, 2.5 episodes in now, technically. So, hey, you made history. Well done, buddy. You did something.
Yeah, no, this is a shit show. That's exactly what this is.
Stupid. You did something incredibly stupid, and it was incredibly hilarious. Well fucking done.
Exactly. I don't understand why the speakerphone ain't working.
It's because you're on vacation, and I warned you, dude, just let me handle it. Enjoy your golf game. Stop in for a few minutes. Say hi to the folks so that way people still like me.
There we go. Hey, it's working now. I got the speakerphone to work now. Yay.
Why you don't trust golf course, buddy?
Right, no, but anyway, as I was saying before I abruptly ended things like a moron, the preseason poll's not bad. They actually did it correctly. Tennessee's ranked. I'm surprised they went through and did that. But, there's a lot of people suddenly valuing Nico for whatever reason. Did somebody? I could have sworn somebody had voted in the AP poll for UCLA. I was like, you got to be a whole new layer of dum-dum to even consider that.
Yeah.
My turn? Okay. Hold on a second.
Oh, boy. Somebody show Squid's golf game. Hang on. I'm going to take him solo.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Because somebody
go ahead.
Squid's
I'll
golf
go right
game.
after you.
Oh, no? Okay, fine.
Hold on. I was going to try and switch the camera. I'm letting him go first.
Okay. Well, I want to get a look at your stroke game.
Here we go. Okay.
For running a YouTube channel, Squid, you're very technologically illiterate. You know that?
Oh yeah, no, I'm a dumbass. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Like, I'm a dipshit, but at least I've never
accidentally. I'll go if you want me to.
Oh man, this is one of the streams of all time.
Truly,
the stream of all time.
Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the AP poll's pretty good. I didn't even know they were dropping it today.
Yeah, I know. I completely forgot that they were dropping it too. I was thinking before this morning, like, God, what the fuck am I going to talk about on this show? I'm literally doing it all myself. And then at noon, like a godsend.
They did a better job than the EA voters. I'll say that much.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I know so. Okay. Anyway, here, one of y'all roll tape real quick. Trust me, this is gonna be great. I'm live. Roll tape.
Ladies and gentlemen, Squid Tard's short game.
You help me along.
Let's cheer our boy on as he tries to make a hole-in-one on camera. And he is about 5 feet short. That was terrible, Squid.
Watch your back, get close.
Okay.
That was god-awful. Can he do it in 2 strokes? At the back. Let's it fly. Oh, my Lord. The hill got him, and he's rolling back. He's rolling back.
No.
He's rolling back. Oh, my. He's further back than where he started. Stroke number 3. Oh, hey! From about 6 feet uphill, he makes
I
it.
own the golf game.
Yeah, you got a 3-putt on a 1-putt. Way to go, buddy.
I take pride in that, okay?
Hey, you know
I take
what?
pride in that.
Hey, you know
I'm almost I'm almost as good at doing that as Tennessee is running the ball up the middle. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what? You ain't no Happy Gilmore, though. You're just a wannabe, according to MSU Detroit fan.
Yeah. I'm a walking skill issue at this point. All right. Well, I better skedaddle on out of here before they get too mad at me. But yeah, AP poll's pretty good. Red, I'll let you take care of things from here, buddy, and I'll make sure not to hit end stream this time.
Please, for the love of God, don't hit end stream ever again. I will do it myself going forward. New rule.
I guess, do I press the back button to leave them? I don't understand. There's no leave button. That's the
Dude, just
problem.
press the tab on. How technologically illiterate are you? You're younger than me. You're younger
Yeah.
than me.
Again, it's the margarita. That's all there is to it.
Oh,
All right, I'll just
Jesus.
take the back button. I think that'll kick me out of here. All right, guys. All right. Power to Tardaria. Love y'all. Red, good luck, buddy. I got you. Take care of things from here.
Yes, sir. All right. This has been an absolute shit show. We're gonna move on from the AP poll now. I do want to actually talk about a couple other things, not directly related to that. Let me see real quick here if I can find my slide that I had. So fun fact for those of you that want to say that, oh, well, the AP poll is just glazing Texas. Penn State only missed number 1 by 5 votes. 5 fucking votes away from Penn State being number 1 in the nation in the AP. That's insane to think about, that many people really believe in James Franklin and what they got going at Penn State. Here's a good one from Zep. Big question for the night. Of these top 25 teams, who is most likely to blow their chance the biggest? Ooh, I love that. Hang on. Miami. God, Miami's going to fall off the face of a fucking cliff. Miami is so screwed. Absolutely screwed. Like, they're ranked top 10 right now, just barely. They're going to be unranked by the end of the season. It's about as sure as the sun rising that Miami is going to fall into the pit of despair. I can promise you that. Illinois might be ranked at the end of the season. Indiana might be ranked at the end of the season. Michigan might be ranked at the end of the season. Fucking Oregon might still be ranked, even though I don't think they will be. Texas A&M might actually get their head out of their ass finally. Miami will not. They are frauds. That is the biggest fraud in this top 25 that I can see, in my opinion. I mean, here's the thing about Carson Beck. I do think that Carson Beck's going to have an impact at Miami. But Cam Ward is better than Carson Beck. And he's gone. Cam Ward was a fucking Heisman last year. And if it wasn't for Travis Hunter being there and being a two-way player and getting the popularity votes, I think he could have won it if Miami had done better. But they didn't with Cam Ward. Carson Beck ain't better than Cam Ward at all. They paid his ass $4 million in the transfer portal with bonuses to bring him to Miami. I think it's a waste of money. I think he's going to be good. I think Miami will compete, but they're going to blow it right at the end of the season and miss out entirely, I think. That's another good one. How is Nico, I want to leave you, going to impact UCLA? No. UCLA is already a tire fire. They got so much more going on besides the quarterback position. Their offensive line is trash. Their defense is subpar at best. They barely got good wide receivers, and I don't even know who the fuck their running back is. I think it was a Cal transfer. So, no. Nico is all hype, no show this year. I think he's going to, like, individually, I think he's going to perform okay, but UCLA ain't going to win more games. They might get to 500. That's about it. Yeah, dead ass. If Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty didn't exist, Cam Warren is a Heisman. You're absolutely right. If it wasn't Travis Hunter, Genty would have won it. If it wasn't for Genty, Warren would have won it. Absolutely. He was the top quarterback last season. Carson Beck is not the top quarterback in college football this season. I fucking guarantee you. As much glazing as everyone's going to give Texas, Arch Manning is better than Carson Beck, I think. And he's younger, and he's got way more. He's got at least 2 seasons ahead of him. I wouldn't say 2024 Florida State cooked, but I do think that they're going to be cooked. Kind of surprised SMU is lower, but I guess the U needs to drop the crystal ball before the rankings. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest problem, I think. Mario Cristobal is not a performing head coach. He is a fucking hack. I put him on the same level as Lincoln Riley at USC. I think if Miami does not make the playoffs, they should fucking fire him. And I think they will. If USC doesn't show any improvement, his ass is going to be gone. But who the fuck knows, right? I'm just a drunken Buckeye fan. Which returning quarterback do you think will have the biggest impact on their team this year? I genuinely do think, and this is not me glazing, Drew Lohr or Arch Manning. Arch Manning technically isn't a returning quarterback, but he played a few snaps for Quinn Ewers last year. Drew Lohr is really going to be the linchpin for Penn State on whether or not they actually win a national title. If Drew Lohr sucks, they're not going to go anywhere. If he's actually better than he was last year, it can play the same consistency every single game. Then that's going to be their biggest linchpin this season, 100%. If you want to boil it down a little bit further for you guys on Squid Tart's channel that are Tennessee fans, I'm going to be very curious to see what your quarterback's going to do now with God. He played at App State, transferred from UCLA. His goddamn name is escaping me now. But you know who I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I'm really speaking off the cuff right now, just answering questions. Rookie, saying Lincoln Riley's at the bottom of the Pacific if he doesn't win more than like 6 games. Yeah, that would be regression. So yeah, they should at that point. I think if they do the same or worse, they should fire him. Joey Aguilar, thank you. Appreciate that, Flubby. Zepp's firing away some great questions tonight. Is there a team out there you could see as major chaos causers like Kansas was at the end of the season for the Big 12? Great question. I don't know yet. I think whoever it's going to be in the Big 12 again. That's the most chaotic nonsense conference there is. I mean, Squid didn't call it Chaos Conference for nothing. It's legitimately like we don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I think Arizona State has a chance to win the conference again and repeat, but we really don't know. So, yeah. Minnesota should be interesting to see because there must be a reason why they extended PJ Fleck till 2030. Yeah, they keep winning at least 8 games a season. And they're academically okay. That's it. That is the standard for Minnesota. The difference between Minnesota and another Big Ten team like Ohio State is just like what the direction of the school is. Like Minnesota, like sure they want to be good in football and whatnot. They would love that. They have a cherished history in the golden years of the 1930s of winning national championships, but that was before World War II. Nowadays, they're perfectly content with going 8 wins, 9 wins in the season and causing a little bit of ruckus. Because PJ Fleck, he's fine. He doesn't do anything bad. He's a good role model for the university, and he's done well at the school. Not to mention, they keep beating Wisconsin, so that's a big plus. But Wisconsin's kind of doing it to themselves. So, there was another, So, okay. One other thing that I saw earlier that kind of caught my eye in regards to this. Now that we know the AP poll and that's out and that we have that information in front of us, something else came to my attention. Texas is going to open the season as a 2.5-point underdog against Ohio State on week 1. That has not happened in an extremely long time. I want to say it hasn't happened since the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look here and see. I had that pulled up. There it is right here. So Texas Longhorns, they are entering the game as underdogs. And you could pull this for what it is. You could say that, they're going into Ohio Stadium. And because of that, that's going to be a tough environment for them. You could say that it's because Arch Manning might be a little bit untested. There's a couple of different things you can really kind of gleam from this. I take it as they're just putting a lot of the money into the horseshoe, fucking up Arch Manning quite a bit. It is one of the most intimidating environments in college football. They he didn't really play against A&M in Kyle Field last year, so he didn't really get a chance to really extend. This is his offense now. This is his team. It's his show. So if he struggles at Ohio State, they're probably going to lose a lot of their games, I would think, because that means he's definitely not ready. Because, I mean, the SEC schedule in general is just brutal. It's absolutely just a brutal, brutal thing. It's a meat grinder. All right. So let me do this now. We're going to kind of move on now. I do want to mention real quick, just for funsies, because I figured this would be a fun little side mention for the show tonight. Since the AP poll dropped, I figured we be some sickos and we talk a little bit about some FCS football, because the AFCA rankings have dropped for FCS as well today. And you kind of see where it's going from here. So we're going to kind of run through it. I think that's the actual poll. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So a couple of teams, not surprising here. North Dakota State leads the way at number 1 in FCS with 26 votes overall. Dominant team every single year. They're the Alabama of FCS. Not surprising. Montana State, number 2. South Dakota State, number 3. UIW, number 4. In South Dakota, the Jackrabbits, number 5. So your Midwestern schools all right there in the top 5. Whereas the Southeast Conference runs college football, the FCS runs through the Midwest, your Dakotas and your Montanas. So there's that. Montana, the university itself, is all the way down to 9, and we kind of go through the rest of it from there. Idaho, the Vandals, former FBS team, they're at 12. Nova's at 13. Sac State, we all heard about Sacramento State. They're trying to get into FBS. They're at 14th in the nation coming into this season. Northern Arizona, they're at 18. Monmouth, 21. Richmond and Tennessee Tech tied at 22nd in the nation. That's a rarity. Had the same amount of points. Stephen F. Austin, 24. Stony Brook finishes up at 25. Takes a few more questions here from the community, because this has been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the show. Even though Squid absolutely crashed the car on us, I'm having a lot of fun, guys. This has been great. So let me see real quick here. What else have people been asking? Who do you think is going out of nowhere to upset Notre Dame? Boise State's got a good chance, I think, to knock off Notre Dame when they play in South Bend this season. I think they got a really better than good chance of doing it. There's a lot of unknowns with Boise State coming into the season. Ashton Genty is not there anymore, so that's a problem. But Madsen Maddox is a great quarterback for the Broncos, and they got some good pieces at wide receiver. Don't know how good the running back is now for them, but I mean, I think out of all their opponents, the Broncos, they are going to be maybe overlooked going into that game. And I think they're going to come out and they're going to win. And I think they're going to win convincingly enough. They could. I don't know if they will, but they could definitely do it. They have the talent to do so. Hey, Red, have you ever heard of Undertale? Because next month is a 10-year anniversary. Oh, that's cool. Speaking of FCS, so thoughts on St. Francis dropping from FCS to Division III. Something really went fucking wrong if you're going from FCS down to Division III. Either now, I don't know a lot about St. Francis, the school. I genuinely don't. So I'm just spitballing here. But usually, hang on a second here. So the The issue with St. Francis dropping from FCS Division 3, that's all financial. It all comes back to money. Money, money, money. That's all that it fucking means. Genuinely. So. Let me take a look here and see what's on the docket next. Oh, I remember this. So next up on file, unfortunately, we got some news that I am sad to share. Jimbo Fisher is looking for a job as head coach in college football again next year. I don't know why the bastard keeps trying. He's obviously cooked, but Jimbo Fisher is trying to return to coaching. I don't know how he's going to do it, if he can do it, but he's currently looking around. There's some rumors floating around that he potentially could get in as a coordinator at Texas next season. There's some rumors that Florida State could hire him back if they completely crash the car again and have a bad season. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. I'm not really sure if any of those have any weight to them at all. What I will say is I do not think that in any way, shape, or form that this man should be a head coach of college football again. Point blank. End of discussion. I heard there were rumors that he was becoming an advisor for Florida State or whatever, but turns out that those were just rumors. He really just got a job on the ACC network. And just you got all I can say is you just look at the cultures he brings with him. The culture that Jimbo Fisher brings with him. It is notoriously known that the culture he had at Texas A&M and at Florida State was cancerous. It was horrible for the locker room because, yeah, they focused clearly more on trying to be a good football team than they were at a university, and that brings with it a lot of fucking problems. You got a lot of bad attitudes and a lot of guys trying to be the hero when they want to be a team. He doesn't bring a good culture with him. He doesn't do a good fucking job of keeping the team together, and he's just kind of there. He doesn't have the motivation now either. He got paid $77 million by Texas A&M to not coach them anymore. Would you still be motivated to do the same job, to take the same bullshit from the same administrators if you got $76 million to not coach because you were so fucking bad? I don't think so. I don't think a goddamn bit. All right. Couple of side notes here. We got a couple other things coming up this week. Getting away from college football entirely for a moment. I do want to mention that there is some competitive football on this week. I'm not talking about the CFL. I am not talking about preseason. College football doesn't start for another week and a half. You know what does start this week? High school football kicks off this week on ESPN2. We have Buford, Georgia versus Milford, Georgia for 2025. Kickoff for the ESPN's high school games. They're having 6 games this year. This is the first. They kick off Thursday night on ESPN2. Buford, hang on one second here. Buford's going to be number 12 in the national high school rankings, taking on number 11 in the high school rankings, Milton, who are also back-to-back state champions of the 7A level in Georgia. Fun fact, Buford's got a brand new 10,000-seat football stadium that honestly shocked the hell out of me because it wasn't built in Texas. It was built in Buford, Georgia. Last year, these two teams also met. Buford lost to Milton 13-10 in a close one. Buford is also filled with about a dozen 3 to 4 star prospects, and they also include ESPN number 55 overall prospect, defensive tackle Bryce Perry Wright. Yeah, Bryce Perry Wright, who committed verbally to Texas A&M already. And also a quick shout out to one of my old high schools. I went to 2 different high schools growing up. One of them, Lake Hamilton, Arkansas. Go Wolves. They have a game on August 19th against Hot Springs for a benefit. So good luck, guys. If any of you watching from Arkansas, good luck. All righty. Yeah, 10,000 seats for a high school. Hang on. I'm going to see if I can find this fucking photo of the damn thing. It's fucking massive, honestly. It is so damn big. It has no right to be so big. Like, have you ever seen the Allen Eagles, like college football, or not college football, high school stadium? It's a little bit bigger than this, but this thing is fucking massive. Hang on. I'm grabbing the picture right now. Should have done this earlier, but we're doing it now. And here we go. I mean, yeah, Allen's General is just a big ass high school for sure. I mean, it really is. I'm trying to get this damn thing to fucking load up. There we go. And there we go. All right. Now, think of all the high school stadiums you've ever seen in your life and get a load of this sumbitch. Boom. Look at that thing. That is massive. It's got a double deck on the top level. In the press box, they got a big ass fucking press box. Holds 10,000 people. Why do you need a high school stadium that surpasses half of the FCS? That thing is huge. Yeah. They got a Jumbotron as well. I think the biggest stadium that I played in when I played high school football, the largest that I was able to go into was a 10,000 seater, but it wasn't for a high school. It was for a local college for the El Dorado, in the El Dorado, Arkansas region, I believe. I don't think it was the actual El Dorado high school, unless I'm wrong about that. In the South, man, they really love their football. For those of us that aren't from there, you have not seen high school football until you've seen it in a stadium that's the size of an FCS or even a MAC school. Like, those fucking things are just huge. Like I mentioned before, Allen, Texas, they got a 15,000 seater, if I recall correctly, for their school district. I think the largest stadium in Ohio for high school can hold up to 10,000. So it's like they're becoming more and more common. High school football is a big thing. South Florida, especially. Speaking of South Florida, they play on the 22nd on ESPN2 for their high school showcase game against Hoover, the Buccaneers of Hoover. If you follow high school football at all, I do. You'll know that Hoover is one of the top legendary football programs in all of high school football, nationally ranked. They've won national championships. IMG Academy, a relatively new high school. They've only been around less than 10 years, and they've been making a lot of noise. Famously enough, they played the tough and rough Bishop Sycamore a couple of years ago in Canton at the Hall of Fame Stadium. And they absolutely obliterated those poor bastards. My God, I still can't believe that happened. So, yeah, we got high school football kicking off this week for the majority for some parts of the U.S. Everybody else is going to be kicking off next week. Do me a favor, guys. Go support your local high school football team, because it's really a fly-by-night operation running one of those programs. They're not doing it for the money. It's purely for the game. If you're getting disillusioned with college football, like sometimes I do still, with all this talk with NIL and player taxes and salaries and all this, you want to go watch something pure, go support your local small college football program, or even better yet, go watch your local high school game. It's not just the parents that get to go out there and enjoy it. Go enjoy some good football. They got quality matchups across your area if you just go and watch. Like here in Southeast Ohio around Cincinnati, we got schools like St. X, Moeller, Highlands in Northern Kentucky, Covcath. Lakota, West Claremont, another alma mater of mine. I actually graduated from there. It was Amelia, but it's still. And there's some great football to be watched if you don't want to watch it on TV and you don't have the money to go to a college football event. Go support your local one. I might go to a Wilmington College game this year, home of the Quakers, my old football team, if I'm able to. I was a sophomore in high school when I played in Arkansas. Dakota East, Dakota West. I don't know who's better, honestly. So, yeah, support your local teams. Football is great when we're all watching it together. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Last but not least for the show, I do want to end on a somewhat somber note. Let me get it pulled up because, once again, it is Squid completely fucked my setup up. So, all right. So, some news broke over the weekend. This is not college football related at all. But if you grew up like a millennial like me, or if you're an elder Gen Z boomer, you're going to learn that we got some sad news this weekend. AOL has announced that they're finally shutting down their dial-up service. They're finally shutting down their dial-up service. If you don't know what the dial-up service is, it is the old way that we used to log into the internet back in the Stone Age when your internet was connected to your landline because you paid for cable and you would watch TV via cable or satellite. And if somebody answered the fucking phone, then that means your internet would cut off because suddenly your line is shut down because someone's talking on the phone. I remember I was 5 years old. This was like 2001, 2002. I literally loved going onto NFL.com and watching old replays and quick little highlights of games from the past week. And they would only be like 30 seconds long. Because again, this was like an era of internet where it took 3 minutes to load a 30-second video sometimes. And I would go on and I would dial up onto America Online and it would do the whole buzzing, whirling bullshit. And I would just watch short little videos on AOL for literally hours and hours and hours until somebody called my mom and the internet went out while she was on the phone for 30 minutes talking to one of her sisters. So it's a real shame. It's a real shame, but it's also kind of the march of progress. It was still around for a while. I don't think anybody really has used a lot of dial-up since like the late 2010s. It kind of began to really phase out over a decade ago because wireless and Wi-Fi and Ethernet had seriously taken over the game. And it was still being used mainly in remote and rural areas like bump BFE, bumfuck nowhereville. Those were the only areas that were still using dial-up. Now it's kind of just all being ended due to budget cuts at America Online. So I just want to give a sad, somber salute to dial-up. Thank you for taking us on this ride and teaching many of us what the internet was before we even knew what it was. And it's crazy to think about. I think it lasted about 30 years. And it came out in the early 90s, right at the beginning of the internet age, and it finally is ending at the end of September. So September 30th, that is D-Day for dial-up. It is over on that day. So that's the show. I do want to say real quick, thank you to everybody. I know this stream was a train wreck. I know that it didn't go exactly how to plan. It's funny that Squid absolutely sabotaged the stream and he was barely on it for 5 minutes. But that's okay because, we just like to have fun here. I do want to sincerely thank you guys for giving me the chance to be on Squid's channel tonight and also simulcast to mine and entertain you for about an hour with college football talk over 2 different fucking episodes. I'm going to merge those 2 together and make it a single video and put it on my YouTube channel later, I think, so that way you don't have to go between the 2. But either way, thank you very much for joining us. We will be back next week to talk more college football. Squid will be back next week. And because next week, week 0 previews, Farmageddon, Irish edition, coming up next Saturday, Kansas State versus Iowa State with more games. Week 0. And then we get to week 1 and Ohio State versus Texas kicks off the whole fucking shebango. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy yourselves. Don't be stupid. And I'll see you boys and girls next week. Take care. See ya. It's not working. There it is. See ya.